こんにちは、リネです。日本語を3年間も勉強してきたのになかなか話せるようになりませんでした。読めるし、書けるし、聞けば大体わかります。でも、いざ話そうとすると頭が真っ白になってしまうんです。言いたいことはあるのに言葉が全然出てこない。That was me. I had been studying Japanese for 3 years and I could read, I could write, I'd understood a lot while listening. But whenever I try to speak, my brain just went blank. But when I went to a change in Japan about 2 months ago, people like to tell me that
日本語が上手ですね。
But here's the thing, I wasn't studying more. I was studying smarter. If you had been studying Japanese for months or even years and still freeze up the moment someone speaks to you, this video is for you. But I don't have a Japanese friend to practice with. I hear this all the time. But you don't need one to get started. Instead, you can try these techniques. The first one is self-talk. Narrate your day in Japanese. Drinking coffee? Say it. コーヒーを飲んでいる. Walking to work? Describe what you see. 朝学校にいた時に可愛い犬を見ました. This builds a habit of thinking in Japanese. The second one is sentence recycling. Instead of memorizing completely new sentences every time, try recycling the sentences you already learned. For example, if you learn the sentence 私は学生です, you can change just one word to create new sentences. 私はエンジニアです. 私は先生です. You can do the same with longer sentences too. For example, 今日は仕事が終わってからカフェでコーヒーを飲みながら日本語を勉強しました. Now, just swap some words to make new ideas. 仕事 to 学習, カフェ to 図書館, コーヒー to お茶, 日本語を勉強する to 本を読む. So the sentence structure stays the same, but the meaning changes. This is a great way to build speaking flexibility without memorizing completely new sentences every time. And the next one is record yourself. This one is uncomfortable, but it works. Record yourself speaking Japanese for just 60 seconds a day. Play it back, you'll notice your weak spots instantly. Pitch accent issues, hesitations, mispronunciations. It's like having a free coach. And conversation practice. For speaking practice, you can use Pingo AI or Twitter. These apps stimulate real conversations where you actually have to respond out loud and give you a safe environment to practice without pressure. This kind of practice helps you to speak more and you'll notice the improvement over time. Solo practice is great for building a foundation, but eventually you need to start speaking with real people. And the good news is, you still have many options for this even if you're not living in Japan. Some learners try to find language exchange partners to practice speaking, but in reality, it can be hard to find someone who replies consistently. If you want regular speaking practice through real conversations, platforms like italki, which is also today's sponsor, can be a much more effective option. Honestly, it's one of the most useful and practical tools for exactly what we've been discussing. Whether you're preparing for a Japanese exam, trying to improve your speaking and listening, or even starting from absolute zero as a complete beginner, italki is an amazing platform for this. You can book one-on-one lessons with native speaking Japanese teachers from all over the world, anytime, anywhere. And it's not just Japanese. They offer classes in over 150 languages, including Chinese, Spanish, and a lot more. What I really love about it is that you're not just sitting there memorizing vocabularies or grammar rules. You're actually using the language, having real conversations, getting instant feedback from experienced teachers who know exactly where you're going wrong and how to fix it. Booking a class is super easy too. They have filters and even a new AI assistant that helps you find a perfect teacher based on your level, your goals, and your interests. You can even filter your teachers who speak your native language. So you ever feel stuck trying to explain something in Japanese, your teacher actually understands you.
私は中国語を学んだことがあるので、漢字はそれほど難しくないと思います。
文法が難しいです。
そうです。文法は悪夢です。
けどもう今もこんな話せてるから、もうたくさん勉強したらもうすぐペラペラになっちゃう。大丈夫だよ。
And since your paper lesson, It completely fits your own budget and schedule. If you can understand some Japanese but freeze when you try to speak, practicing with a tutor on italki can really help build that confidence. You can check out italki through the link in my description. And here's a little bonus. Use my promo code LINLET3 to get $5 free when you purchase $10 for the first lesson. But the discount is only available for the first 50 users. Link is down below. Go grab it. Alright, back to the tips. Another option is Discord servers. There are huge Japanese learning Discord communities like Nihongo to Eigo with voice channels where you can hop in and practice anytime. This is one of the most powerful techniques for Japanese speakers. Here's how it works. Find a native Japanese audio clip, a podcast, a drama dialogue, or a YouTube video with accurate subtitles. Listen to a short segment, about one sentence, immediately repeat it out loud, making the exact rhythm, pitch, and speed of the speaker. Repeat until it feels natural. The key is you're not just repeating the words, you are training your mouth, your breath, and your intonation all at once. If you want to try shadowing, here are some resources that I recommend. First is the book Shadowing, Let's Speak Japanese, which is a really popular sharing book with audio that many learners use. Another great source is NHK Web Easy, which provides simplified Japanese news that's easier for learners to understand. You can also try Todai app, which has created stories with audio recordings so you can listen and repeat. And honestly, you can also shadow any J-drama that you enjoy. If the content is entertaining, it becomes much easier to stay consistent with practice. One small tip, start slow. You don't need to shadow all full speed immediately. Try playing the audio at about 75% speed. Get comfortable with the rhythm and then slowly work your way up to natural speed. Okay, this one doesn't get talked about enough. And honestly, it changed everything for me. Keep a Japanese journal. Write a diary every single day if you can. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a writing tip, not a speaking tip? Here's the thing. The reason most of us freeze up when we try to speak is that our brain isn't used to thinking in Japanese. Writing a diary in Japanese every day trains your brain to start forming thoughts in Japanese. And when your brain can think in Japanese, speaking becomes so much easier. Here's exactly how to do it. Every night before bed, write just 3 to 5 sentences in Japanese about your day. That's it. Not a novel, not a perfect essay, just 3 to 5 sentences. Something like, 今日は万国のカフェで勉強した。少し疲れたけど、新しい単語を10個覚えた。明日も勉強りたい。Simple, casual, real. If you don't have any ideas how to journal or what to write, you can check out this video. I shared simple tips and ideas to start journaling. The magic isn't in writing perfectly. It's in the habit of reaching for Japanese words to describe your life, your day, your feelings, your experiences, because those are exactly the things you will want to talk about when you're actually having a conversation. Over time, you'll notice something cool. Words and phrases you wrote in your diary start coming out naturally when you speak. You are not translating anymore. You are just talking. A few tools that make this even better. Lang8 or High Native. Post your diary entries and get corrections from native Japanese speakers for free. Any note-taking app or a book. Keep all your entries in one place so you can look back and see your progress. Set a reminder, like 10 minutes before bed. 30 days of 3 sentences beats one perfect essay you write once and never touch again. This is the thing most learners completely ignore, and it's why your Japanese might sound off even if your grammar and vocabulary are solid. Japanese is a pitch accent language. Words change meaning based on whether the pitch goes up or down. The word hashi can mean bridge, chopsticks, or edge, depending on the pitch. You don't need to be perfect at this from day one, but even basic awareness of pitch accent can make your speaking sound dramatically more natural. Where to learn pitch accent? Dogen's Japanese phonics course on Patreon, the most thorough resource available. Another one is Dogen YouTube channel, free intro videos, and OJAD, Online Japanese Accent Dictionary, free tool to look at pitch patterns. Even just knowing whether a word is flat, rises, or falls will set you apart from 90% of learners. So here's the truth. None of these techniques matters if you don't do them consistently. You don't need 3-hour study sections. You need 15 to 30 focused minutes of speaking practice every single day. If you're wondering how to actually practice speaking every day, here's a very simple routine you can try. Start with about 5 minutes of shadowing. Just pick one short audio clip and repeat it several times until it feels comfortable. Then spend 5 minutes doing self-talk. You can simply describe what you are doing, talk about your day, or explain something around you in Japanese. After that, do another 5 minutes of sentence practice. This could be repeating useful sentence patterns or speaking along with a short video. And if you have more time, try speaking 5 to 15 minutes chatting with an AI conversation app or a language partner. And honestly, that's it. The routine doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be consistent. A good trick is to attach it to a habit you already have, like practicing during your morning coffee, your commute, or even during your lunch break. You can also track your progress. Keep a small speaking journal or record one voice note every week, because nothing is more motivating than listening to an old recording and realizing how much your speaking has improved. So, Japanese speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it responds to practice. The learners who improve fastest aren't the ones with the best apps or the most grammar books. They are the ones who open their mouths and make mistakes every single day. And if you're not sure what kind of conversation your level can handle yet, like I said, you can always try booking a lesson on italki and just see how it goes. So, your homework right now. Find one audio clip, share it 3 times, and record yourself. That's it. Start there. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe and drop a comment below. What's your biggest challenge with Japanese speaking? じゃあ、またね. See you in my next video.